come to you live from sunny Southern California. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams here at Staples Center, the house that Jerry built.
Jerry Buss or Jerry West?
One's a logo, but both Jay are legends. The Phoenix Suns begin the game with the basketball. Lakers come up with it. Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
Won't go down.
All right, let's bring the fire.
Subbing in for the Lakers, number 32.
Lakers at the controls right now. To Kyle Kuzma. Here comes the screen. To Kyle Kuzma. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Here's Rubio up top. Down 5. To Booker. Screen coming. Booker. Goes reverse to lay it in.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Picked up by the Suns. From the painted area, won't go down. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Taken by the Suns. DeAndre Ayton to Rubio. JaVale McGee. Huge block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
A pass stolen by Phoenix. And scores at the rim. Beautifully done with the Euro step.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Here comes the screen. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
And the defender's got to take note. Otherwise, that shot's going up all game long.
Phoenix with it. Rubio to Booker. Here comes the screen. Cashes in for 2.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Good look that time, but off the mark. Here's Rubio into the front court. Leads just a point. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
McGee powers it through.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Booker with it. His team up by 1. Wide open look, won't go.
But if great shooters keep getting open looks, it's a matter of time before they start knocking them down. You have to start contesting some shots.
Off the mark. Here comes the screen. DeAndre Ayton, and that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Lakers ball. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Rubio. Here comes the screen. Rubio. JaVale McGee sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Slam dunk.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Into the front court. It's Booker. Down 3. Nothing going here on that drive. Look out, Devin Booker. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Los Angeles has the basketball. Shot from in close, no good. Gets to the basket and scores.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Kyle Kuzma. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Hey, look, pretty dudes can mix it up once in a while too, I guess.
Rubio into the front court. Down a point. Mikal Bridges. The pass taken away by the Lakers. It goes down. Oh, he's feeling good. Maybe too good.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
And the finish at the rim.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Kyle Kuzma. Nice pass to set things up.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
DeAndre Ayton to Booker. Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there, won't go. To Danny Green. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. DeAndre Ayton to Mikal Bridges. Has a look. Gets a shot up off the mark.
He missed that shot on his own. The defense didn't do anything on that play to make him miss.
To Kyle Kuzma. And the rebound's taken in by Phoenix. Mikal Bridges. To Rubio. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
I know these mishaps happen defensively, but sometimes this can be the best thing for an offensive player who maybe hasn't found his rhythm yet. Don't let him get going.
Nothing going here on that drive. Rejected.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Mikal Bridges. Shot from the lane won't go. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Danny Green. With a drop step. The jumper's off the mark, and they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Substitutions, Phoenix. Stepping in.
Phoenix has the ball.
Number 3, Anthony Davis.
Parker. Anthony Davis rejects it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Pass to Cousins, down low. No good. Mikal Bridges to Parker. Tony Parker missed his first. That one goes.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
With a drop step. Not that time. DeAndre Ayton to Mikal Bridges. Parker. Here's a chance from long range. Not getting the bounce. The follow won't go either. Not sure what that was all about. It's no good. And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
Los Angeles Lakers are in the penalty.
Aaron Baines has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 80% at the line. Knocks down the first.
Good shot.
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Fires the 3. That misses with 3 seconds left. That's it for the first quarter. The Suns have the lead. Second quarter set to start. This is what...
Go time. It's go time.
Into the game for Phoenix, number 1. Entering the game for the Los Angeles Lakers, number 32.
To James. Anthony Davis. 3 for 3 in this first half.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Suns control the possession. Booker. Anthony Davis tips it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Booker. And the rebound taken down by the Lakers. To James. And draws the foul.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
LeBron James. A couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 73%. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Parker into the front court. His team down 9. Booker to Parker. Here comes the screen. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Look out. Devin Booker. 3 for 6 now.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
James into the front court. Lead stands at 7. Short jumper misses. To Booker. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
Look, I get it. I've been one of the players who have had these mishaps happen to defensively. There is no worse feeling than the next day in film session, watching yourself roam on the island by yourself. Somebody in this particular moment needs to tell you to get your head out of you-know-what to get back in the game.
Booker with it. They trail by 7. To Mikal Bridges. Anthony Davis able to recover with the block. Fourth this contest.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Mikal Bridges to Booker. And that's rebounded by the Lakers. They go down to Davis. Stuffs it down with authority.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Anthony Davis sends it away. Ooh, 5 now.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Into the front court, it's Booker, trailing by 11. Knocked loose. To Mikal Bridges. LeBron James with a piece.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Offensive rebound. Here comes the screen. To Davis. Big finish at the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Parker to Booker. 5 on the shot clock for Phoenix. Has a chance? Not that time.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Tyler Johnson takes on Eric Gordon. Here comes the screen. To Mikal Bridges. Not that time. To James. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Number 3, Phoenix Suns are in the penalty for the Los Angeles Lakers. Number 32 to the line, shooting 2.
And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Now the Suns going to signal for a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter.
Parents in the crowd, have you considered enrolling your son or daughter in one of our summer basketball camps? Space is limited, so you must act soon. Visit our team
Parker
website.
to Booker. Trying to cash in. Almost, but no good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
To Davis. With a drop step. From the painted area, won't go down. That misses with 3 seconds left. Late heave to beat the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
It's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Lakers are up after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Suns were in need of a bit more scoring if they wanted the halftime lead.
Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments.
Have a look at the leading scorers for the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Bench points.
The Phoenix Suns
are getting enough bench production in this contest. Their reserves need to step up and start making an impact in this game.
Player of the half.
Anthony Davis
Has been making the competition look silly on the defensive end.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
That's going to...
Substitutions, Phoenix. Subbing in for the Los Angeles Lakers, number 32.
Can't connect. It's Phoenix ball. To Booker. Curling inside. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
And hits the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. It's Cook with the basketball. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. Knocked loose. Finish that. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To Booker. Parker. It was right there. Swings it to Kyle Kuzma. Has a look. And it's Booker who grabs the rebound. Parker with it. His guys down big. Free throws coming up.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Nope. First one does not go. No good. Missed them both. Cook to bring it into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. With a drop step. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by JaVale McGee. Suns with the basketball. Parker. To Booker. Probing the defense. Here comes the screen. Booker to Mikal Bridges with a drop step. 4-3. He's got it for 3.
And your big is the one making that happen. Every time he's involved in a PNR, he's slipping it, forcing that guy from the weak side to come down and help. Quick skip passes equal threes in the bank.
Here comes the screen. McGee powers it through.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Has a chance. Shot by Saric off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Kyle Kuzma, strong finish.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on, but the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Parker into the front court. Down a bundle. Here comes the screen with a drop step. Booker on the drive, but a shot won't fall. Kuzma. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Booker's shot, no good. To Kyle Kuzma. And a nice finish at the rim.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show because that's what you're watching right now.
Booker to Parker. A shot no good there for Booker. Shot from the lane won't go. Parker with it. Looking to make something happen. Booker. To Parker. Mikal Bridges. Booker's shot off the mark. And a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
32. That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 3.
Booker. The screen sets him up for 2.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Aaron Baines snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
And he'll head to the line.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Mikal Bridges at the line. First one, counted. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To Kyle Kuzma, leaving no doubt, slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
It's Suns ball. To Mikal Bridges. To Parker. Here comes the screen. Tony Parker up against Cook. Booker. Beyond the arc for 3. And the Lakers have the rebound. It's a big finish. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Parker into the front court. He'll run the offense. Kyle Kuzma swats it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Parker. To Mikal Bridges. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Well, easy difference there. In the first half, the offense allowed the defense to settle into their half-court sets defensively, and that's why the shots were all contested. But now, since they picked up the pace of the game, they're getting a lot more action out of transition threes.
Get a hand up on that.
Phoenix with it. Parker to Mikal Bridges. Screen coming. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Aaron Baines trying to cash in on a three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Into the front court comes Rondo. His guys holding the big lead. Doesn't even see the defender. Buries the shot.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
To Rubio. Trying to cash in. Deep two there. Won't go. Dives for it. Not afraid to mix it up. And look out. Big finish at the rim. Now the Suns coach gonna signal for a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Rubio in a matchup with Quinn Cook.
Don't miss your chance at some excellent memorabilia.
Ricky Rubio. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Long Island zone. Danny Green with the 3.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Ricky Rubio with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And Green able to clear the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Can't connect. To Rubio with a drop step. Ricky Rubio, consistent effort. He's at 50%.
When things click, they click. That's good offense right there.
Here we go, my ball, my ball.
Nothing going here on that drive. And he finishes at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Phoenix has the ball to Mikal Bridges. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Has a look. Shot by Rubio, no good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a 3-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Rubio. From the outside, no good. To Kyle Kuzma. Has a chance. A shot, no good there for Kuzma.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Wide open look, won't go.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Suns control the possession. Danny Green gets it in the left corner. Takes stock of the floor. A pass stolen by Phoenix.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. Deep 3 at the buzzer. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete with the Lakers in command. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. They're looking up at a big margin, and that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A+ game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
Shot from in close, no good. DeAndre Ayton. Goes to the right side. Fires the 3. Oh, that's how it's done.
It just seems like everybody's getting more touches. I'm not saying who, but it seemed like the ball stopped in a certain player's hands, which forced the defense to become stagnant.
To Danny Green. A pass stolen by Phoenix.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
To Mikal Bridges. Anthony Davis pins it. Incredible. 6 tonight.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Trying to cash in, can't connect. Defense did its job that time.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
Kyle Kuzma at the line for 2 shots. A career 70% free throw shooter. 2 for 2 on that trip.
We know what's coming. Go get him.
Entering the game for Phoenix, number 36, Dario Saric. In the game for LA, number 32.
To Kyle Kuzma from long range. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Kyle Kuzma is going to get a chance at 3 here. Hasn't missed yet. First one goes down. Second to 3. Got it. And he hits all 3 free throws.
Oh, you been in the gym, huh? Screen coming, screen coming.
Screen coming. No, the Suns come up with the steal. Has a look. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Crawford. Oh, had him going there for a second. Rebound Cousins. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
DeAndre Ayton. DeMarcus Cousins. Huge block. Los Angeles, they have it. Kyle Kuzma. And the rebound corralled by Crawford. Probing the defense to Crawford. Here comes the screen. Crawford.
Knock it down, man. I got rebound. Hey, back door, watch that back door.
The Suns with 4 to shoot. Deep right corner for 3. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Oh, he missed on a pair. To Crawford. Has a chance. It's Cousins with the rebound. Great feed, sets it up, lets it fly from long range. It's Phoenix ball.
2 minutes remaining in the fourth.
Surveys the floor. Here comes the screen. Jamal Crawford, 3 for 6 now.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Shot from the lane won't go.
Everybody pick up. Everybody pick up. D up. Gotta come through. Gotta come through. Don't let him split. Don't let him split. Double.
Gets it in the right corner. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Dario Saric. To Cousins. Baseline drive. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. To Cousins.
Side up.
DeMarcus Cousins. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
And I love when people are saying, well, he's not an exciting player. I don't need him to be exciting. I need him to be fundamentally sound.
To Crawford.
Screen coming up. Screen coming up.
Five on the shot clock for Phoenix. Crawford lets it fly from beyond the arc, and the Lakers clear. To Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma, strong finish. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Stuffs it down with authority. Desperation shot here from half court. The Lakers get the victory as they win this one in blowout fashion. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Lakers were solid in today's victory. Sometimes a team can hurt itself by being too aggressive on defense, and sometimes a team can guarantee itself a win by using defensive aggression in a focused way, like we saw here today. The Suns didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored to the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Assists.
As you can see in the highlights, this team did a great job of staying competitive and putting in the necessary effort to get the win.
Player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a view of the upcoming games for the Los Angeles Lakers. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.